Good Monday, midday, afternoon, evening, días, tardes, noches. We got it all covered here on the Latino Slant. It's a little pre-show. Play some music, as I always do. We have an action-packed show for you. So whether you're watching this live or on the replay, we have a lot of great stuff for you. Great guests, and we are going to cover. Woo! But you know what? Why why don't we just kind of just forget any shenanigans at this very moment, and let's play one song from Mexico. This band Sonido Gallo Negro, the black rooster sounds. I just like better Sonido Gallo Negro. Ciao, Boca Negra. And the link to our new radio channel is up. So let's you guys got all these fun things to do. You got a poll in the chat. You got a new channel to subscribe to, but let's play this great music. I don't even think there's any singing in this one, which I like even better. Just dancing. All right, that is Sonido Gallo Negro with Boca Negra. This is the Latino Slant. We are going to come back after the show intro with Xwing. And I really want to remind you guys to subscribe to our new music channel. I'll be doing it a couple times a month. I'm just going to be playing music for you guys. That's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so right now, let's go to our show intro, and we'll be right back with Mr. Xwing. Is it Mr. Xwing or is it Mr. Wing? Mr. X Wing. No, Xwing is yeah. We'll find out. We want to find these things out. Here we go with the intro. Enjoy.
R2D2 is sold in Mexico.
Arturito, ¿dónde estás?
Espera, llévate a Arturito.
Espera. Llévate a Arturito. Arturito. You're our only hope. Used to be Obi-Wan. Shit. Hey everyone, Polly here in the Latino Slant. Every Monday now, midday, we will be live, as well as Wednesday in the afternoons. If you're coming from Midnight's Edge, saludos. If you're coming from the Xwing channel, saludos otra vez. I hope everyone is doing great. And before I bring in my buddy, Mr. Xwing, let's just say hello to our good people. We have members here hanging out: Fletcher Williams, Lord Thoth, E. Clay. We got new people hanging out: John Oliver, Star Wars Dog, Buddy, Dylan C., McLovin, saludos, hail. The lovely Leah Rose. Buenos días, señora. ¿Señorita or señora? A ver, dime qué pasó. That is great. Thank you guys so much. Great early crowd. I love it. Okay, let's bring in our buddy. You know, we got to be on Echo Base Network. I think that's where I first met him, or Daryl the Derelict. I can't remember because it's like the last year or so. You know, all the channels jump on each other's channel, but I didn't realize this was his first time here on the Slant. But it is a good time because, as you know, they just finished in London. Star Wars Celebration 2023, already announced, is the one in Japan. Whoa, they're getting ahead of themselves. They're getting ahead of themselves, Mr. Wing. So we are going to we're gonna discuss a lot of elements of what the last weekend was happening. He's got his own channel. Here is Mr. Xwing himself.
What's up?
Señor, ¿qué pasó?
¿Qué pasó?
Yeah,
Good to be here.
good to be here. Good to have you here, man. How's the allergies?
Dude, I feel like somebody punched me in the nose right now. Like I'm puffy, like I'm all stuffed up. Maybe I'm just feeling that way because everything that happened with Star Wars made me physically ill. I'm not sure, but
I tend to think you were probably just crying on your pillow all night long.
yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
And you weren't alone. You weren't alone, hombre. Yeah. I mean, I gotta rep my little Grogu t-shirt, but a friend gave me a couple of years ago, because a couple of years ago I loved The Mandalorian.
Yeah. Hey, I'm same boat, man. I spent like whatever it was, $500 on that big Razor Crest, the big ship, and then they blew it up like a week later.
You did not.
Yeah.
Ay, Dios, hombre. Wow. Yeah, I'm always like that with buying jerseys of Dodgers, because I'm a big Dodger fan.
Gotcha.
Oh, you should get the Bellinger. You should get the Jock Peterson. It's like, I don't think they're going to be around too long. And they're not.
Yep.
I'll get the one with the guy who's got a 10-year contract.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe he'll be around a few years. Luke was in the chat. Great Chris Gore. Great topic for today. We'll be bringing you in a little while. And Julissa, también estamos. Right on. Nikki, hello. And somehow Xwing still has hope. God bless you, bro. Tyler Disney. Mando was good until the 3rd season. And that's the thing. I was telling you, I finally watched the Lizzo episode. And
yeah. How'd that go?
Well, I fell asleep.
Nice.
And when I woke up, Romy was in the other room putting things away, and I rewound it and I started playing it again. And she's like, "What is that? What am I hearing?" Because she's a Mando fan. She's a Pedro fan, Mando fan. And I said, "Honey, that's Lizzo and Jack Black in Star Wars." She's like, "Get the F out of here."
Almost unrecognizable when you put that episode next to a season 2 episode.
Right? When you think about some of those killer episodes, even there's some fantastic episodes. Well, let's put it up against the other Bryce Dallas Howard episodes that she's directed.
Yeah.
The Mando 2.0 or whatever it was for Boba Fett. That was a great episode.
Mm-hmm.
That was killer. I mean, was it this material that she just had to work with? That being said, it was like incredibly flat, because even you take out the Lizzo, and she was only in 2 seasons. Thank God she was only in 2 seasons. It was still so flat.
Yeah.
Dull.
Yeah. I mean, I put it out in a video when, talking about this. It's like they say things and they expect you to care about it without doing any of the legwork. And so it gets really hard to get attached to these stories because they don't feel like they don't mean anything. And ultimately they don't. So.
Yeah. And this is such an uneven season of television. And then you look back the past year or almost 2 years, and you really only had Andor that was decent.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't even watch it.
The best Star Wars no one ever watched.
Yeah, very nice. All right. You know what, Xwing? Anyone that's new to Xwing, I have never heard of your channel. Obviously, you're a huge Star Wars fan, but just give us a little insight to what you cover when you're on. And no, he's not Pedro's Pascal's kid brother.
Dude, it's every day I get that. Hey, look, it's Pedro. Why is Pedro's stunt double here? I'm like, leave me alone. So, yeah, I talk about Star Wars on my channel. I started my channel about 2 years ago, coming up on 2 years. Recently just started growing a bit. And yeah, I cover everything kind of as it comes out, talking about Star Wars. Sometimes I do streams talking about the older stuff. Maybe you've seen Jay and I do the Star Wars that we love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every once in
You
a
found a
while,
really nice home there with you and Jay. I really like lurking and listening to you guys.
yeah, he's a funny guy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll cover things as they come out. I try to do at least 2 live streams a week, and then put at least a video out a week if I can. Just kind of depends, and I don't really have a format. I should probably get after that, but yeah.
What was the last video that you put up?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Let me look.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't mean to put you on the spot.
No, it's fine. I think it was the Mando is a joke. I think it was Mando's turned into a joke. It was talking about that Lizzo episode.
Right.
Yeah. Wow, that got a bunch of views. It's already at 9.2. Nice.
I mean, that's amazing, man. And it's really great to see you just, really skyrocket the past, I'd say, what is it, 3 to 6 months?
Yeah.
I
It's really
mean,
been like the past 2 months.
it's really been the
started
past 2
going.
months. Yeah.
It's
You were
weird.
kind of like languishing a little bit, showing off your derriere and other people's channels, I believe. Wasn't that true?
I think that's what probably set off the channel, actually, was
I almost asked, was it Zach's?
was
Who
it
has that?
Zach's?
Or Daryl the Derelict? I almost asked them can you send me that video of Xwing showing his booty?
Yeah. Well, so I was in Portland, Oregon, in a hotel room, out of my mind, depressed about Kenobi, and things got wild.
It was Kenobi that did it to you. Wow.
Yeah, it really pushed me to the edge.
Wow. Wow. And full disclosure, I'm one of those guys that liked Boba Fett, that liked Kenobi, but looking back, yeah.
That was a tough time for me. I covered it with Jay on his channel, and the descent to madness was steep and aggressive for me on that show.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Well, okay, so that's your channel. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, the link, we got some great mods in the chat. Also, too, there is a poll going on, guys. Star Wars is, and we've already have 50 votes. Let's go from most voted on. Barely surviving, 52%. Dead, 36%. That is an 88%.
Fairly telling, yeah.
I mean, doing good for thriving 8%. Who the F said thriving?
Nikki.
I love you guys. Whoever said that. But yeah, like a banta. Come on now. Man, come on now. All right, let's hit these. Let's hit Julissa said, love Lizzo and Jack Black, but why?
Couldn't tell you.
I couldn't even say I love Lizzo. It's not my music. I'm obviously an old man. I know she's talented. I don't know why she shows her struts her stuff all over the place in public. That's just me. Jack Black, he's hit and miss for me. Tropic Thunder, Mario Brothers, hell yeah.
Yeah, the fact that passed through so many hands at Lucasfilm, got made, and then they were like, "This is gonna be great." It's like, what were you thinking?
Wow.
I don't understand the thought process over there right now. It does not compute.
Yeah. It became. I guess I don't know what it became with that. I guess it just became.
It brought it back to Earth. That's the worst thing you can do in Star Wars, is bring it back to Earth.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that, and that's not good. That's not good. And so it takes you out so much that when they're trying to do something admirable with Bo-Katan or the Darksaber, you're just like,
don't care.
And I absolutely love Sackhoff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Katie's doing her best.
She is. God bless her. She's so cute on her Instagram. So we'll just take a toxic macho minute and just say, hey, follow her on her Instagram because she's pretty cute.
I'll do that.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I'm never on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
I'm a
I'm one
boomer.
of good. You know what? You don't need to. You don't need to, man. Okay, let's get into it. Star Wars Celebration 2023 just happened. Highlights and lowlights for you.
Well, I'm in general or me?
No, this is you. I want your opinion.
So the Ahsoka trailer looked pretty cool. I think visually it looks really good. I've been fooled so many times by trailers at this point that I don't believe anything until I've finished the season. Um, I mean, I was rearing for Mandalorian season 3. I thought the trailer looked amazing, and here we are. So you never know what's going to happen. But obviously, Ahsoka was a highlight. Return of the Jedi coming back to theaters for the 40th anniversary, huge highlight. I think that's going to be awesome. I didn't get to see the Andor season 2 sizzle reel, but I'm sure that will be uh, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say better than last season, but hopefully they pick up the pace a little bit, and if they pepper in some more action and just kind of keep things moving along, I think that could be a really good show.
So we are live, and like with all live things, there is real life. And my dad just knocked on my door unannounced. I gotta let him in.
Okay,
So you're gonna take the helm, sir. I'll be right back.
that's fine. Yeah, I'll hold the fort down. The channel is mine now. Anyways, moving along. So yeah, those are kind of some highlights. Obviously, it's always good to see. It's good to see the boys back, getting to see Hayden and Ewan. There was it was pretty emotional seeing Hayden Christensen on screen. Big fan reception. I mean, the place was absolutely losing its mind. He came out on the main stage, kind of shared some thoughts and spent some time with the fans. It was really, really cool. Sounds like he's back. Lowlights, that's a long story. There were a lot of lowlights. Most of Celebration was lowlights for me.
What did I miss? I'm sure I didn't miss much as far as your highlights.
Yeah.
I liked Ahsoka. That was my
Yeah.
review as well. That I said, look, it looks incredible. I love Ray Stevenson. I even like this dark Padawan that they had. But listen, The Force Awakens was an incredible trailer.
Yeah.
The Last Jedi was an incredible trailer. Lucasfilm is great at trailers, but the television the past couple of years
Sorely lacking.
But here's the thing, Xwing. They need a hit.
Yeah.
And not just a hit for the wokosos, for the goofballs that are gonna like it just because of representation.
Yeah.
They need a hit for everyone.
Yeah, big time. And beyond that, I mean, I've been saying this for months and months and months and months. They need a movie. They really need a movie to get the ball rolling again, because Disney Plus was always supposed to be kind of your filler content between movies. And now it's the main platform. And I think they're finally realizing over there, this isn't going to work. This is never going to work. So we got to get some movies out. Oh my God. Polly, I apologize. Same thing, real life. I'm going to be right back. I'm getting a work call.
Go ahead. So that being said, guys, coming out of the Star Wars Celebration, I'm just with all these announcements of this new movie, that new movie, this show, that show. What about all the other ones that were announced these last couple of years? And every single one of them gone, right? And we're not even talking about the fiasco with Gina Carano, but let's just talk about like what was announced and what was gone. Ryan Johnson, gone. He ain't coming back. That stuff ain't coming back. ¿Qué más? Patty Jenkins, Taika Waititi. Now, depending on who you ask, right, it makes me feel so schizophrenic because if you read the headlines, and let's bring one of them up. People forgotten the things that they've said in the past, or what's fact, what's fiction. Here from Puck, Lucasfilm president was never enthusiastic about now shelved Kevin Feige Star Wars project. Is that why she seemed to forget it existed? I mean, the first line of this is like, who is Kathy kidding? A lot of rolled eyes at Marvel this weekend after Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy downplayed the recently shelved Star Wars project that was in development from Marvel's Kevin Feige. She had said that was something announced in the press or I guess fandom, but there was nothing ever got developed. It's not an abandoned project. It just didn't happen. I mean, we are talking about Kevin Feige, and regardless of what you think of the last year, 2 years of Marvel's films, all his films make money. It's prolific what he's done the last 10, 15 years. Think about it. Think about it. In the was it the 4 years since 2019, right? We'll round it off to 4 years. In the 4 years that there has not been a Star Wars feature film, what has Kevin Feige done? I mean, it really is incredible. Whether or not we like those movies, that's a whole nother argument. But to to play dumb like this, I guess we are talking about Kathleen Kennedy, right? And then I don't know if you guys have checked out this article. It's pretty short, but if he's saying at the end, if that quote. Here's a quote. If that quote sounds like a delicate balancing act to placate Kennedy, it definitely was. According to sources, Kathleen was never enthusiastic about the Feige project. Let me tell you, I would dare to say she just is never enthusiastic about any project that she had no 100% control of. That's just it. That's just it. Then you have all these different factions saying, well, that project is happening. No, it's not going to happen. That project is not happening. I mean, even you got the fandom, you have people who work in the business, you have people that are walking away. It really is a schizophrenic time. And I'm a Patreon member to Cameron Pasha's Patreon. So I was curious when he had brought this up. And I'm just going to read this to you guys. Again, thank you guys for being here. We're here every Monday, midday, right after Midnight's Edge. Hope all is well. If you're not subscribed to the channel, look at all these fantastic people here. I love it. Xwing will be back. There is a poll in the chat. Let's see how that poll is doing. 69 votes. 51% barely surviving. 39 dead. That is 90%. 90% of people think it's barely surviving or it's dead. That is not good, guys. That is not good. Oh, yeah. That's a great one. That's a great one, Fletcher. If you guys are a member of the channel right now, throw your emojis up there. Let people know that we are here. Let's play a couple videos before I get into some of the Cameron Pasha thoughts that he has. Let's play a couple thank you videos and we'll be right back. Yeah, man.
What was that?
That is, the some of the sexiest men in Mexico are like under 5 feet.
We have moves, that's for sure.
Dude. And they're very strong because they're built low to the ground.
Yeah,
right?
I gotcha. Low center of gravity.
Boom.
Sturdy.
What the F? Yeah. Smoking Joe. Schmackin' Joe? I like that. Schmackin' Joe. These are videos I play and I collect. I got a lot more. You know what? Let's do another one. This is probably one of the most popular Baby Yoda Instagram pages, but it's all in Spanish. So I think you'll appreciate this. You ready?
Ready.
Como cuando tu esposa te dice, lava los trastes. No voy a lavar ni madre. Nada voy a lavar. Eso no es cosa de hombres, es cosa de viejas. Yo no voy a lavar nada, nada. Lávalos tú. ¿Eh? Nada, un TikTok. Un TikTok que está ahorita.
¿De qué? ¿O qué?
No, ya lo voy a borrar porque nada, está bien chafa, ni me gustó. Sí, no, déjamelo. Sí, de hecho, estaba poniendo música para ponerme a lavarlo, ¿sabes? ¿No sabes dónde está la esponja?
I'm telling you, man.
Beautiful.
Epic. That's
Nice.
more entertaining than The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna read some of the Cameron Pasha. I sent you that. Let me read a paragraph and then I want to get your thoughts. Is that cool?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Cameron was saying, and my dog's screaming at my dad. So pardon me, guys. The comparison is actually pretty stark. Since Lucasfilm's 29 release of Rise of Skywalker, Feige's Marvel has made 8 movies that have grossed more than $6 billion worldwide. Despite the pandemic challenges and the same Disney Plus series commitments that Lucasfilm has. Indiana Jones 5 is coming in June, and Kennedy announced another round of projects at Star Wars Celebration, including Daisy Ridley returning for, I can't even say this person's name, I don't want to butcher it, directed project developed by Lindelof and Britt Gibson, but now is going to be written by Stephen Knight. Yet there's still no Star Wars film ready for an official green light, perhaps pushing the next installment to 2026, a full 7 years after the Rise of Skywalker. Now, think what you want, Xwing, about the last couple of years of Marvel films, but they make money.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on what Cameron has to say here?
Well, look, I think what the heck is that? Hold on one second.
Yeah, you all right?
There we go. Yeah. I had a web page open. I started blasting an advertisement in my ear. So, I think everybody's kind of nobody believes anything they have to say right now. The level of trust that there is between fans and Lucasfilm when they announce these projects is nothing. Nada. There's no trust. They announce 3 movies. They say these are going to happen, and there is nothing other than Daisy Ridley walking out on stage as proof that it's going to happen. We have no trailers. They're saying we don't have a script. Show us the proof. What do you have? Do you have any concept? What do we got going on here? So, when it comes to between Marvel and Star Wars, yeah, Marvel movies are a little bit more approachable, I think, for a lot of people, and that's why they make money that they do. But a Star Wars movie has to be nailed perfectly if this is going to do anything for Lucasfilm.
I mean, Mando to me season 3 needed to be a hit to redeem Boba Fett and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Think what you want about Andor. I thought it was wonderful. I do realize that, people just didn't care.
Yeah.
I actually thought it had creative guts and a vision, unlike coherent. But this needed to be a hit, man. It needed to bring back that Mando juice. You know what I mean? But he's just a punk in his own TV show. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
He's just a papa punk. And what was announced, not only I don't believe most of it. It's a Daisy Ridley film. That's what you're going to come out with?
Yeah. So that, and then more of the same. So a Mando culminating event is one of them. That's
right. Tell us about that one. I forgot who's directing that one.
So that's going to be Filoni. Filoni's doing the culminating event movie that's going to be in the Mandoverse. And then there's the Daisy Stephen Knight movie, which why they chose to go that route. I think I said this on a live stream. The only reason they're doing that is because they have to do something to acknowledge it, to bring people back to the parks. Because as of right now, their flagship, everything that they've done, none of it has to do with the sequel trilogy. All the content they've made, everything has no ties to it. And they just dumped $2 billion into parks on the East and West Coast. And there's nothing doing. There's nothing there. So they have to make that movie. And then the last one is going to be oh my God, I already forgot who's directing it. It's going to be the Birth of the Jedi.
Mangold.
Mangold.
James
Yeah.
Mangold.
25,000 years before the events of the
25,000
Skywalker
leagues
trilogy.
under the Jedi.
Yeah, exactly. So
Wow.
just it's all disjointed. It's weird. It's just weird. Nothing feels cohesive. And yeah, like you said, their flagship show is tanking. So
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. That was the flagship. That's what I and you know, I'd said this on the and all props to Echo Base Network coach Nick. What up? And drunk Rudy and drunk 3PO. I said this on the when we were on that stream the other day. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. I
yeah.
think we were more entertaining than what we were watching. And now, oh, okay. So when Mando season 2 ended, that was probably a good time to release Andor.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have your other shows. Would have been a really nice balance, stark contrast of entertainment, both highly emotional, and then you won. Oh, well, this is really strange. This is different. But the fiasco of Gina, I think when they did that to her, it really ripped apart the creative vision of Favreau and Filoni. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of distrust between the creators. Look, I can speculate until I'm blue in the face
We're
about
just
what actually
speculating,
went
guys.
down there. But I have to imagine that there was some trust lost there when you have a character that Dave specifically wrote for the show and had another show planned for her, and then they just come in and they're like, "Hey, by the way, we don't like what you're doing. You're gone. Bye." And Dave is like, "What?" Or John, I'm sorry, John Favreau was like, "What? You can't just do this. You blew up the whole timeline." So I think there was some love lost there. And then when it comes to this season, I just have a really hard time believing that the same dude that wrote season 1 and 2 wrote this.
You know what? Thank you. We're talking about all this in regards to Star Wars, guys. And thanks for hanging out with us. But that's exactly what me and Romy talked about. I mean, Romy coming into Star Wars, right? Into this, right? Complete normie, but she's an actor. Like she likes dialogue and likes, moments in actors. She really was digging the first 2 seasons of Mando.
Mm-hmm.
In particular, Gina's character, just also to how they all his band, his crew, that those characters were just really gelling together. We were like the same people that did this Lizzo thing, did this last. I mean, these are the same people. It's not like they hire different people.
Right. It sure seems like it.
You know what? It sure seems like it. I mean, that is unreal.
Yeah.
Because usually that happens when you hire just completely new group of people. Man. I mean, yeah. So with all that, they're still making announcements. They're just still doing stuff. There was a new trailer today, right? This morning. Season part 2, whatever it's of the Visions trailer. Visions.
Yeah. I think they just call it Visions 2.
But Visions 2. 9 new shorts, all different types of animation from all different parts of the world, I guess. I hear one was from Mexico. Guillermo del Toro retweeted it and gave a big shout out to the animators. But what were your thoughts on that? And I'll bring up some images.
Yeah, I mean, I am firmly on the side that competition is a good thing when it comes to creativity. So the first Visions was not really for me. There wasn't there wasn't a lot of them that I liked, but there were some cool parts. Visions 2 probably looks a little better to me than the first one. It looks like the quality's improved. And so if we can get different opposing looks at Star Wars, I'm always down, 100% down. Would I say that I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of videos about Visions and talking about it nonstop? Probably not.
Yeah, I just didn't get what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to figure out. Do you know how to make these photos bigger? Someone told me how to do that, but I forgot.
No,
I
I'm
already
not doing it,
forgot.
man.
I guess it doesn't matter. you got. Was it this Chewbacca with the sickle?
Yeah, there's like a Wallace and Gromit style one, which is going to be really interesting.
I mean, I like. Obviously, I'm a fan of that type of animation, but so much apathy, but also too, it seems that that they're really pushing, uh, just all the female representation.
Oh man, yeah, I've been calling this Phase 4 of Star Wars. This is like the MCU. We're getting that with Star Wars. Everything is female lead, female baddies, female empowerment, all chicks, 100 all the time, chicks forever, always. It's like, okay, there are dudes too. Like, Star Wars has generally always been a very male. I don't want to say male dominated, but I mean, that's like 90% of your fan base. There are a bunch of chicks who like Star Wars, but it's heavily leaning into, old nerdy dudes like me. So I think it's a really interesting tactic. Well, let's see how it plays out.
It is a tactic. And also too, if you're listening to the actress from The Acolyte, Star Wars has been so patriarchal. Is that what she was calling it?
Patriarchal, yep.
Thank
Star
you.
Wars is a patriarchy. It's like, dude, shut
Star
up.
Wars is a patriarchy. And then they're really like they're doubling and tripling down.
Yeah, they are. I don't know why they thought this would be a good direction when they just saw what happened to Marvel.
Well, I mean, I got to think like some of this stuff. I mean, it's either been produced or maybe it's not going to happen.
That's always a possibility when it comes to Star Wars.
I mean, that would be good. I guess good news. It's bad news when the best news is that I hope this stuff gets canceled or just doesn't get done.
I think somebody in the chat said that I can't wait for all this stuff to not get released.
That's on point. That's on point. Nikki, I miss hot dudes in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. And I'm not against. I've never been against great characters who are female.
Right.
We've had them the whole time, but Star Wars is geared towards men. What is wrong with that?
Everything. It's inherently wrong.
Sorry. My bad.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't know.
My bad. Movie madness and entertainment. Hey, I met you on Echo Base. I'm very happy with the Disney Plus Star Wars. That's all we are getting for a while. Are you the guy with the mask that was on with us on Echo Base Network? Because if that's the case, I don't know if you're joking or if you're sincere, but either way, God bless you.
I'm jealous. I'm super jealous. Man, I wish I was loving it.
And movie madness. We all had a good time on the panel. So it's not everyone in the chat. Leave movie madness alone. Do not be a meanie. Okay, let's take a break for a second. Let's take a break for a second. Let's play another fun video. We can all get a drink, relax. This is when things were kind of looking up in the Mandoverse many moons ago. Here you go.
Got something for you. Merry Christmas. Wanna rock? Take it. Tuscan Raider. High note. Make it stinky. Stinky, you gotta make the stinky face. Or it doesn't sound right. Stinkier. Like it reeks. Good job. Let's practice that.
All right. I always love that video. I think of what could have been. Xwing's gonna be with us in 1 second. I do want to say to all the new people here, thanks for hanging out. This is the Latino Slant. My name is Polly. We have a poll going on in the chat. In the chat, guys. Let me see. Let me let you guys know where we're at. 110 votes. 110 votes. 73 people in the chat. 60 likes. That is Wokoso math. Wokoso math. We want the likes to go up. Then it won't be Johnny Legs Wokoso math. It'll be based math. 110 votes. All right, here we go. 45% dead, 44% barely surviving, 5% doing good, 6% thriving. Keep on voting, and as they say, vote often.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Polly, looks like you got in a fight with a lawnmower. I just chopped my mustache off. That's all, guys. It grows back.
They were loving that thing, man. That was a great mustache.
It was. It's just, it was a little becoming cumbersome.
Yeah.
And, Romy started really like commenting. First, she really liked it. Then it was like, chop it down. Chop it down. Look at all these beautiful people in the chat. I love it. We're here with Xwing. Okay, so where do we go from here, man?
As content creators, as Star Wars fans, what do you mean?
Star Wars fans. I mean, for me, I cover so much. So,
Yeah.
I got my office donned with Star Wars memorabilia, but yeah, as a fan and then as a content creator, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
As a
so that's
fan.
kind of the problem. So
Mhm.
I don't like constantly crapping all over Star Wars. I don't like it because I really love Star Wars. I genuinely love Star Wars. So to just sit there and make videos like constantly berating and crapping all over it, like I don't want to do that. I would rather just get off of YouTube if that's what I have to do. Unfortunately, it's kind of looking like that's the way it has to go. I legitimately I don't know what to say or what to do right now. I was feeling this way right after Kenobi. I'm just gonna have to watch this stuff and be honest. That's all I can do. But when it comes to being really excited for projects and hyped and doing a bunch of speculation and being, really like out of my mind excited, I'm afraid that time is gone as fans. I'm really afraid that it's gone, which is a horrible feeling.
Wow.
Didn't mean to trauma dump on you there, but
I'm going to look right now at my I'm going to bring down my Ahmed Best action figure signed by Ahmed.
Nice.
I think that's what this is going to become for me. Is the joy of collecting memorabilia, maybe getting some those old school interviews and connections. Okay, Return of the Jedi. We're definitely going to see in the theater, regardless
100%.
if it's special edition or not. That is going to be beautiful to watch. That is be beautiful to watch. Depending on some of these things, I'm just going to have to do a hard pass until I hear otherwise, as far as going to see stuff. I have no interest in seeing the Acolyte if it's going to happen, depending on who you ask. What's the other live action? Ahsoka. Well, I'm definitely gonna see the first episode just because of with Latino Slant and Rosario Dawson. That's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And I do really like that cast. I do really like that cast. But yeah, other
There's
than
dudes in
that,
that show. There are actually dudes in Ahsoka, which is kind of crazy.
yeah, there are. You know, it would be nice if the white guys in the show weren't just, you know, villains. You know, gotta listen, here at the Latino Slant, we love our gringos, you know. Gringo power.
I finally get to be the diversity hire.
You are. Yes. Yes, you are. You know, I feel like I should, you know, give you like a gift piñata or something. Are you a Cali boy?
Uh, Originally, just over the border of Nevada into California,
Oh, well,
and
you're
then moved like
Southwest, so you know
30
you know
minutes.
Mexican
I'm
American
the only
culture.
white guy in my neighborhood, bro.
I mean, yeah, I can always tell Xwing's got you know, got that flavor. Let me ask you this: is it Mr. X then Wing, Mr. Wing, or is it just Xwing?
It's just Xwing. Mr. Wing was my father.
Nice. Oh, you funny man. Chris Gore's coming in a few minutes.
Nice.
That is something we're going to look forward to, guys, because Gore's going to come in and we're going to play Attack of the Dock and we're going to get to react to it. I've also invited filmmaker Alejandro Montoya Marin, so it's going to be a nice little party. Before that, do me a favor, guys, vote on the poll, in the poll right now. Say hello to each other. Make sure you're subscribed to Xwing and all that good stuff. Latino Slant's here every Monday now, midday after Midnight's Edge. Okay, we got a couple of super chats. Let's get to it. Mexican Iron Man for $4.99. Great to see Xwing on the show. At least this way, I can count on some real Star Wars knowledge from a real Star Wars fan like Xwing. Okay, that's a veiled diss to me. Think
Is
about
he throwing
that.
shade at you? That's right. It's
Think,
kind of
well, it's Mexican shade, El Shade.
El Jade. Nice.
That's how we do it. That's at last someone who's a real fan who has real knowledge about, and it's Xwing. You know what, Mike? Where's the hat you gave me? Oh, it's up there. He gave me a Star Wars hat, like a real beautiful Star Wars ball cap. Hold on a second.
Get in the collection.
And it's it's embroidered.
Nice. That is a nice hat.
It's a beautiful hat. So you know, Mike,
it's because you're in the Grogu shirt.
I love you, hombre. I know. I got my Grogu shirt. I don't care. Felicity Poubelle for $10.
Nailed it.
What's that?
Nailed it. Poubelle.
Nailed it. The sexual revolution is not a war that belongs in Star Wars. I don't want my world to be in Star Wars, Xwing.
Exactly.
What?
We get enough of that. The whole point was to get out of here and go somewhere else. That's Star Wars.
I don't even know if it's science fiction more than a space opera, but it is fiction. Please, please stop. If these fools want to entertain themselves with this garbage, then let them. Not getting money from me. What's up, Polly and Xwang?
What up, Felicity? Good to see you, girl.
Nikki for $5. Star Wars me tiene un huevo hinchado y el otro se va a explotar. Lessons from a Cuban grandma. Hinchado. What is hinchado? Un huevo hinchado. We need Nikki. I need you to translate because this is like Cuban Spanish to me. And Nikki, good seeing you, girl. So yeah, just don't do that in an. Oh my god!
I saw huevos in there.
Ooh! Wow! Beautiful. Jaime, what's up, Jaime? Swollen. Hinchados. I never knew that. I
didn't either.
But see, that's what happens when you have like real like people from like Mexico or Cuba, not like, gringo Mexicans like me, I'll take it. I'll run with it. I own it. Much love. Now everyone's all about the huevos hinchados.
I'm gonna keep that.
Philo Beto for €4.99 euros.
That's a pound sterling.
Pound sterling. Hey Polly, you gave me advice a few weeks ago regarding sneaking my son into John Wick. Without Obi-Wan coat smuggling. You said fake the funk, and it worked. I mean, if you're gonna do that, just fake it till you make it. And they made it. And wasn't that an incredible film? Did you see John Wick 4?
I did not. No,
you
was
must
it good?
you must be a real busy guy.
I'm constantly busy. Yeah, it's driving me nuts. I don't want to be anymore.
Yeah. Gavacho Polly. Hey man. Hey. This guy's supposed to be working for the slant. Why are you like putting me down, bro? Wow. Okay. Dude, everyone, thank you for the super chats. We'll play a couple videos. We're waiting. Let me see. Chris Gore, if you're listening, come on in. I said 5 minutes, 7 minutes ago. Come on in. I think we're done talking Star Wars. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
I mean, I'm even going. We're so done that we're gonna change our background. Yeah, I think so. And I kind of saw that picture of Luke, all sad. That's how we are.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, I feel better already.
Right. Okay, here's some videos for you guys. We'll be right back. Thank you for all the super chats. Much love, everybody.
Cuando canto la bamba yo estoy contento porque yo me acompaño, con mi instrumento allá arriba y arriba, bamba, bamba. Mexican Americans don't like to just get into gang fights. They like flowers and music and white girls named Debbie too. Mexican Americans are named Chata and Chela and Chema and have a son-in-law named Jeff. Mexican Americans don't like to get up early in the morning, but they have to, so they do it real slow. Mexican Americans love education, so they go to night school and they take Spanish and get a B.
Ah, man. Cheech and Chong. Classic. I don't know if you guys know this. They've announced a Cheech and Chong biopic.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm already in chat with the director on Twitter. And homeboy better do it right.
Icons, dude. They're icons.
I mean, that's a type of movie that's like, Bruce Lee. Everyone loved
Yeah.
Cheech and Chong. So don't mess that one up. Okay, let me see. I think we got everybody. Jay Picasso. How about them Dodgers? Oh yeah, they lost to my Diamondbacks. Good luck this season. Okay, Jay Picasso, you know what? It's only been a week. It's 162 games. Sure, my Dodgers are 5-5. Sure, those 5, they lost to the Diamondbacks. But that's okay, because we're gonna rally.
I'm a
Gary
football
at
guy.
Nerdrotic. What's that?
I'm a football guy.
Oh, no, I'm just baseball. And Gary at Nerdrotic, Padres will always suck.
Oof.
Sci-Fax.
Strong stance.
Are you going to the Attack of the Dock premiere? I think we are. Speaking of Attack of the Dock, we are going to watch this trailer, and we Chris Gore is nowhere to be found. I told him to come on in. Maybe he's on another call. But oh, you know what? Listen, hold up. Let's We're gonna play this, but let's end the poll real fast because
Okay.
we gotta do that. 146 votes. Fantastic, guys. 81 in the chat. 80 likes. That's better. That's better.
Getting there. I need 100. I'm gonna
We
need 100
yeah,
likes.
Yeah. We need 100. Here is the final tally. 53% dead. 37% barely surviving. Oof. Thriving 4%, doing good 4%.
You're not even a Star Wars channel, and that's how the poll's going here. Like, this isn't a dedicated. So when people are like, "You just live in an echo chamber," it's a small group of fans that feel this way. You're wrong. Case in point.
Julissa, I think we're gonna have to stop being friends. A Giants fan? We're playing you guys tonight. That's okay. I still love you, Julissa. It's all right. She's from and I think she's from Northern Cali. That's why.
Yeah.
We'll give her this. It is a large echo chamber.
There you go.
there is a boy. These people are going after it with each other. As soon as I brought up baseball. Okay. This is a new trailer just got dropped, I believe, last Friday. Attack of the Dock. I purposely did not watch it. Chris sent this to me
I haven't seen it.
a few days ago. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to react to this with my guest, Xwing, Xwing girl.
Did you just assume my gender?
Yeah.
Bro.
Well, we're living in a new age. And we hear that was a Latinx slant moment. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Chris Gore's Film Threat produced a new doc called Attack of the Dock. Let us check this out and we'll give our little reactions to this. Here we go.
If I were to just start apologizing for the things that we did wrong 10 years ago, this show would never end.
G4 was really one of the very last cable channels ever launched. It was the end of this linear cable era before we got to streaming and whatever it is we watch now.
Something unique, something different, something a little meta, something that was turn the mirror back onto pop culture and kind of spit in its face, but then wipe it off and give you a kiss at the same time.
He was a TV host who was also a production assistant on another show.
Oh, nice molester stash.
You do know who that is, right?
It's Shia LaBeouf, Transformer Kid.
No, it's you.
Friend sent me a series of VHS resume tapes. There was no one better than Whitney Cummings until Olivia Munn came on set.
Hello, Governor.
Oh, Olivia.
I am Olivia Munn.
She delivered amazingly.
We dumped a bunch of snakes on her. Wow.
Was Olivia wearing the slave Leia at Comic-Con?
Yes.
History in
Oh,
the
man.
making.
The floodgates that they were open.
Fans were losing their minds.
We were being hounded.
It was also kind of subversive 4chan dark comedy.
We did stuff that would not fly.
Go for power, girl.
You're a whore.
Also, more susceptible to getting AIDS.
And then from there, the wheels were off the bus.
You got another light bulb, right? I'll check out. And it's on fire. The world has been waiting for a half Chinese, half American girl diving into a giant chocolate-filled cream pie.
Oh,
I want to jump.
Right before we went live, Kevin had just shown me 2 girls, 1 cup.
Sex with dragons is one of God's special mysteries.
I spent 8 years researching space dragon sex.
Mannequins.
Not all of those things that happen on the show
I don't swallow with Kevin.
would be acceptable by today's standards.
The infamous fat suit gag, one of our production management was going to walk.
I did a lot of on-camera drinking. Try a beer from every single.
2.7. You should be
Wow.
dead.
People will look at a broadcast back then and think, ooh.
Oh my.
Yeah. You can't do that anymore.
Man, we did it once, but
now no more. You can't do that no more.
Man, that took me back so hard. I miss G4.
Okay, that was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
That was incredible because it just like you said, it just took us back
Yeah.
20 years, right? 15, 20, whatever, And the shit we used to get away with, that people got away with. I mean, they're absolutely right. You cannot do that today.
No, not at all. And I remember being, 16, 17 years old and just like every day binging G4 because I felt like I was home. There's like hot chicks everywhere. They're talking about all the nerdy stuff going on in the world, talking about games, just everything about G4. I loved it.
And I mean, it's very well done because it's like like that brief history, the start of it, and then just some of the just I forgot about some of the scenarios, just the shit that Olivia Munn did.
Oh yeah, I still to this day use that gif of Olivia Munn with like 6 of those Polish sausages in her mouth. Incredible.
And you forgot just what a hottie she was.
I was so in love with her. I was like
Who was it?
so
Who
head
was
over
it?
heels in love with Olivia and the slave Leia bikini.
And the slave Leia.
Oh my god, dude.
Bro, hold on. Here we go. We'll go full tilt. Here we go. Toxic Macho Minute. Olivia Munn. Slave Leia. What made Olivia Munn so sexy to you?
Well, she's beautiful, first off. She's absolutely gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous. But beyond that, I think a lot of it was it was like, it wasn't like the girls at school who didn't know anything about nerdy stuff. She was at con. She was talking about games, she was talking about pop culture. And she was fun, man. She was really funny. She didn't have a filter. And she broke a lot of zippers on friggin' 16-year-olds, man. We we were in love with her.
Attitude, yeah. I think attitude. I mean, obviously she's a babe.
Yeah.
She's absolutely gorgeous. But the attitude that she can hang with the dudes and that that it was okay for all of them to do crazy shit together.
Mm-hmm.
Very smart, very quick on her feet.
The perfect
and they
woman.
said it's like it was a total game changer after she showed up.
Yeah.
She knew how to use her sex appeal.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. And of course, her, in her background, with her dark features and just beautiful, look at that face. Even though she's making like a funny face, I mean, Olivia Munn, you've just been entered into the Toxic Macho Minute. God bless you, Olivia Munn. And God bless Chris Gore.
Hey man. What's up?
What's up, buddy?
What's going on? I'm
you're going on. Congratulations. Damn, that shit is
thanks.
Great.
Oh, did you watch the trailer? You guys, sorry guys,
yeah.
I've just been approving a press release and all this other stuff. Weird stuff.
No, I know this was unannounced, you coming on, so I really appreciate it. We just did react, and you did what you were supposed to do with that trailer. You got us to want to see the whole thing, bro.
Oh yeah.
Well, comes out 2 weeks from today. April 24th will be the 21st anniversary of the launch of G4 TV. It's weird. It launched April 24th, 2002. So it's pretty weird. Like the timing was just like, oh, let's just put it out. Let's put it out in time to like make that anniversary. So I think people will be thinking, I mean, look, that new relaunch of G4 didn't go as people had hoped. Yeah. And I think there was a lot of, I mean, I will say this in the doc, like Like
Mhm.
G4 wasn't G4 on day one. There were a lot of missteps. It took G4 almost 5 years before. It was in 2007. I was working there. I started working there in 2005. And I said, wow, like this is like a real legit. I mean, it was the least money I ever made in television, but it was the most fun I ever had. And it was a blast. And it was, oh wow, in 2007, it's like, oh, G4 is really starting to become a thing, but it took 5 years. And that new relaunch, I mean, there were missteps. You can watch some other YouTube videos about it. I don't think I need to point out what they are, but they didn't even last a year. So
Yeah.
I don't know if they weren't really dedicated to it or what, but this is about the old G4. It touches on the relaunch, and I can't wait for fans to see it, just to remind us of like a time when geek culture was more united. It was
Yeah.
before, when G4 launched in 2002, it wasn't cool to be a nerd. I mean, I look at the background of Xwing space there, which looks a lot like mine. I got a lot of stuff in the background, and when I throw myself on camera on YouTube, or I've got a room full of collectibles. That wasn't a cool thing. I remember hiding my long boxes of comics in shame, and going like, I read comics, I love comics, go to the comic store every week, but it's not something I would brag about to everybody I knew. And G4 kind of made it cool to be a fan, cool to
It
be a
gave us
nerd.
a home, man. It gave us somewhere to go. And like I said, hot babes, and they're talking nerd culture. G4 was formative in my youth.
Man, I'm so happy to hear it. And I just hope that people see it and it reminds them of like, hey, this is what it was like back then. And it can happen again. You know what I mean? I think there's definitely a fatigue with cancel culture. Like look at what happened with Jonathan Majors and whatnot. And before, not long ago, he would have just been canceled, fired, whatever. Now people are kind of skeptical. Like, what's the real story behind that? I think people have become much more skeptical of cancel culture. Like, is this really leading to a good place? You hear that there are like Gen Z and the millennials kind of just don't agree on a lot of things. So I kind of feel like there's hope, because man, I'll tell you what, any episode of Attack of the Show that aired from back in the day, I would be canceled for the stuff I said in it. I guarantee there are videos floating around of me or of Olivia Munn or whatever. Like, people have come after Olivia because of things she said in her book. She's obviously trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Olivia Munn I worked with her for 5 years when she was there on the show, and she cared so much about the audience at home. And are they enjoying it? Are they, I got to get them to stick around. She knew look, incredibly beautiful woman. That is not for debate, but she knew what her role was on the show, and she didn't have to know every nerd thing on the planet, but she knew how to entertain an audience. So, and it was an honor to work with her, man. It was great. So you guys like the trailer? What are people saying in the chat? What's the chat?
Well, before I get to that, I want to tell you something, Chris.
Sure.
Because I think you really tapped into something with this trailer. And I'm not saying it just because we're buddies.
Sure.
This is so strikingly different to that abomination that they tried to relaunch.
Oh,
right?
Man.
It is like what Star Wars used to be and what Lizzo is now to Star Wars. That's like,
wow. Yep.
It really is. It really is, because someone said that too, that the nerds are no longer, love Star Wars or, run Star Wars. It's been taken over by the popular kids who used to bully the nerds.
Yep.
And then they were showing a photo of Liz and Jack Black, dance or whatever. The same can be said about G4. And thank God it got wiped. It got wiped.
Well, look,
I think you're going to touch on something here, Chris.
Well, the movie, as much as it looks like an episode of Jackass with all the stuff featured in the trailer, the purpose of the trailer is to get you to want to watch the movie. The movie does actually delve into a bit more serious issues of how the culture has changed. Why is geek culture divided? I mean, look, I don't care if you hate or love The Last Jedi. It's fine. Let's talk Star Wars. Let's have a beer together. Let's hang out. Let's celebrate all the things that we love, and we used to do that. Now people are like, if you don't, there's just way too much division in geek culture. Like, I don't care if someone disagrees with my opinion on a movie. Paulie, we've disagreed plenty of times. You know what? I'm still going to hang out with you. We're still going to, the point is the conversation. And also I want to hear why you love something so much. You've changed my mind on a bunch of things, Paulie. We've had discussions and I'm like, all right, I see it from your point of view. Like, I love that, but we've lost that tolerance for different opinions about movies and video games and pop culture. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
You know, like it's utterly ridiculous. So this level of intolerance toward people with different opinions about that is ridiculous. I've also stated many times, my opinion doesn't invalidate your opinion. You can love something that I despise. You can despise something that I love. Guess what? It's okay. You know, we'll get through it.
Yep. And that's indicative, I think, of what you touched on there. That's indicative of, I think, a problem in the greater culture as well.
Right.
We live in a time of war, basically. Constant disagreement.
It's unfortunate because look, I grew up when nerds were bullied. I grew up when, you know, look, I'm unabashedly, I will tell you, I was an indoor kid. I had a newspaper route. That's how I earned money. I bought comic books, video games, and Aurora model kits. And I sniffed the Tester's lemon scented glue because that one was safe to smell. But in any case, I was legit. Dude, I made a cosplay of Angel from the X-Men when I was like 9 years old because I love the X-Men. I made the wings. I made the whole costume. I was 9. I dressed up as Spock and went to the Detroit Auto Show to meet Leonard Nimoy, and he autographed a little Polaroid of me dressed as Spock. Dude, I was a nerd. And this is a time when there were conventions. Detroit didn't have one, but what they would do is they would have the auto show, and in like a room in the back, they would have comic books. Then they would have another room where they would show 16 millimeter prints of Star Trek episodes and Doctor Who. It was weird. It was a weird time of like nerd culture was not mainstream.
Yeah.
No.
An Attack of the Show kind of made, you know, tracked at the same time that things became mainstream. I mean, look, there are people that, and this is, I have no problem with this either. There was a time at San Diego Comic-Con where the sighting of a girl, a woman, was like seeing Bigfoot. It was something you never saw. And so it was right around like the early 2000s, like right around 2005, 2006, 2007, I started to see more women coming to Comic-Con. And I do think that Marvel movies, whatever you think of Marvel movies now, the rise of Marvel movies made people into fans. You could be a casual fan. I don't know the comic books, it's fine, but I can get a Captain America t-shirt at Target and then I'll go see the movie on opening night. You know, geek culture became mainstream, but when I first started at G4, it was still like, this is March of 2005. I was on 3 episodes of The Screensavers. And you know, it was not cool to be a nerd. It was not cool to be a nerd. And it just sort of sprung into being, you know, like, I really think that part of it has to do with the fact that real nerds became in charge of these franchises, you know, like you look at least the first 3 phases of Marvel, I believe were populated by creatives who grew up reading the comic books. Everyone from Favreau to James Gunn, you go on and on. The people that were involved in the early phases of Marvel, I think now we're seeing kind of a decline of Marvel because, you know, admitting that you're a fan is now like well, maybe we don't want you to write on the show because you're a fan of She-Hulk. It's like, wouldn't you want someone who knows the comics and knows the essence of that character to work on your show? That's a whole other debate. I'm trying to plug my movie here, but it comes out 2 weeks from today. You can get it. There's I don't know, if you just follow Attack of the Doc on all the social media, there's all the links you would want.
Yeah, we got the links in the chat.
Oh,
And but I want to give my little take on nerd culture for a second as well. But before I do, people are loving your trailer. Love the trailer, Chris Gore. You captured what the original show felt like.
Thanks. That was my intention, was to remind people, because it really made me sad when the new G4 came out, and you know, they had some missteps in the beginning, and fine. It's not as if I didn't make mistakes almost every week. You know what I mean? Like, but like you make your mistakes and it's live TV and it happens and whatever. But it was really sad to me. Two things. One, that the new G4 stumbled and wasn't given a chance. And then the second thing is that I got the sense that the new G4 wanted to distance itself from its legacy. That would be like, we're going to relaunch Star Trek, but we want to put a little distance, between Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. Well, actually, now that I think about it, they've kind of already done that. But you know what I mean? It's just like you embrace and you respect the legacy, but you do something new. You don't speak disparagingly of Olivia Munn or the other people that were on the show. They are why you are there. You owe them, the fact that you have a job. So I felt that actually was concerning to me, to see that the legacy of G4 wasn't as respected as it deserved.
Speaking of, James Esparza, member of the channel, G4 was around when I was 15 years old. Used to watch it every day.
Well,
it was on channel 73 for me. It stayed on.
Great. That's great. I love it. Awesome.
Trailer was great already. Got my ticket for the premiere. What's up, Syfax?
Oh, that's great. Syfax. Oh, dude, it's gonna be fun. So we're doing a premiere, because the thing is, here's also what's bugs me. And Paulie, just from knowing me, like, I like to hang out with people. Yeah. I am definitely a people guy. I love.
Yep.
What do you love movies? We'll probably be friends. Okay.
Yep.
Like, we can hang out. We can hang. We have our little movie meetup group at the AMC Burbank 16. You've been to a bunch of them. We sit there at Yard House or Islands or wherever we're going for happy hour. And then we just go see a movie. It's not always a good movie, but we have a fun post-film conversation. The
ritual now is, we get there earlier.
Right.
We're shooting the shit about everything. Oh yeah, let's go see the movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what? And sometimes we'll just get the tickets right before we roll in. It's like, oh, I forgot. I remember Dante forgot to get tickets, and I'm like, dude, get your tickets.
Right. Yeah. I'm really, really, really loving those weekly meetings, and so is Romy, because she wants me out of the house. Hey, I'll do it. A couple more comments really quick.
Sure.
All twisted up. Saw Attack of the Doc at LA Comic-Con. Really great document of a time in pop culture when things were loose and fast, and we're all young and full of spitfire. Great stuff.
Well, we did a secret screening at LA Comic-Con because we were still, dude, we finished the movie in like October last year, but the problem is we ran into all this legal clearance that we had to deal with to make sure that we could legally release and sell the movie. We submitted to some festivals. We were going to kind of wait. But I thought, what better timing? Let's get it out in April in time with the anniversary of G4 TV. People will be talking about that. And I think that I think taking a look back at like, well, why were people disappointed with the new G4? Because they remember what the old G4 was. And I wanted to remind them of it. You know what I mean? It's like, and the new G4 could have evolved into something, like I said, it took like 5 years in my opinion, it took like 5 years for G4 to really kind of become what it was. And the new G4 didn't get that shot, and they should be allowed to make mistakes and whatnot. So,
yeah. But that attacking of the fans,
that was a mistake, dude. That was a mistake. I will say this: if Olivia Munn was there, she would have handled, and the movie talks about this. The movie talks about a lot of stuff kind of indirectly, but like Olivia would make a mistake and be embarrassed, and then they would turn it into a joke. Olivia Munn could laugh at herself. That's why she was so likable. That's why she built a fandom that she had. She had a sense of humor about herself. And I will say this, to me, everyone on G4, with a few exceptions, I won't state, everyone had a sense of humor about themselves. They didn't take it too seriously. And it was like, hey, let's think about the people watching this, hard day at work, whatever. I'm sitting down, just entertain me, just like make me, and you felt like you were a part of something. You were a part of the show.
Yep.
So, but the point I was going to make earlier, we, like there's a lot of these Hollywood premieres, right? And you got to know someone to go. F that. We're doing a premiere at the Frida Cinema in Santa Ana, California.
Nice.
3 screenings of the movie, 5:30, 8 p.m., and 10:15. I want as many people to see it as possible in a theater, see the movie. And then on Monday, you can get the video on demand. You can buy it or rent it. It's going to be on everything. But look, I want people to see it. I want anyone can come to the premiere. And by the way, there's going to be a bunch of old school G4 people at the premiere, and you'll be able to hang with them.
Nice.
Zach
Really?
his guitar. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We've reached out to a bunch of people. I don't want to say anything, but look, I've reached out to folks from the old G4. All I can say is this: everyone is welcome. The new G4 too. If you want to show up, used to work on the new G4, love to have you.
Mexican Iron Man for $9.99. He's a member of the channel. Well, he's much more than a member. He's everyone's Theo. Chris, when you were on TV back then, me and my gamer buddies would religiously watch you and the show. Totally was the thing for us while running 200-man LAN gamer events. I want to buy a copy of your doc.
First of all, Mexican Iron Man is a force of nature. He's one of the coolest guys. I have physically met him in person. Cannot believe the level of support he gives so many YouTube channels. Just so much integrity and just a great person. So
It's a lot of fun.
It means a lot coming from you. I appreciate that. As far as buying it, you'll be able to buy the digital copy. It's like with anything. The digital comes out first, and the Blu-ray will be out in July in time for San Diego Comic-Con. I've been working on this. It's literally my dream Blu-ray. There are a baker's dozen, 13 Easter eggs on it.
Wow.
There's a commentary track. There's deleted stuff. We took all the interviews and kind of cut them down to like podcasts. There's like 22 unedited interviews from people who were interviewed for the doc. You can watch or listen. Like, it's like we're pushing the limits of a Blu-ray to get this on one collectible Blu-ray that will be out in July. And dude, I can't wait. Like,
wow.
Awesome.
That's like the menus and just like everything about it.
The nostalgia is going to be so heavy. I'm excited.
Yeah. No, we're already like, well, how do we compress this to get it? Because I don't want to do 2 Blu-rays that would like drive up the price. I want to do like a one special edition set. Now it'll go to our Kickstarter backers first. Everything Kickstarter backers get everything first, but it'll be for sale at San Diego Comic-Con in July. I'll talk to someone there and see if I can get a couple hours at a booth and do a signing.
That's amazing, bro. I'm so happy, so proud of you.
Oh, thanks, man.
So this is so cool, man. This is so cool.
Where do you
Thank
see
you,
the
Mexican
next
Iron
movie?
Man.
Thank you, Mexican Iron Man.
2 membership chats really quick. From It's Courtney Fellowship of Oddballs. Hey, Polly. Hey, everyone. What's up, girl? Good to see you. Además, tenemos Novela Princess. She said, I didn't read comic books. I watch soap operas or novellas and sometimes still do. Well, that is that's very much part of the culture there that you would do with your mom or relatives. And that's a great ritual as well. And thank you guys so much. We'll play you guys a video in a second. I was a theater geek, so I was nerd adjacent. I got you guys a lot. I would have lunch with you guys sometimes, and Xmen was the only rag that I collected. So, I totally know where you're coming from because, we were rejects hardcore. Hardcore. I mean, we were goofballs wearing berets and writing bad poetry and, doing crazy stage productions, but I think we have that mutual respect for each other's worlds,
Yeah, it's just weird to be a nerd as long as I've been. I mean, I saw Star Wars in a theater first run when it came out in 1977, and it was weird. I didn't know what Star Wars was. First of all, the marketing back then was not particularly sophisticated. The trailers for the first Star Wars were terrible. You didn't know what the movie was. I remember seeing the trailer and going, I think the Wolf Man is in this. Why is the Wolf Man in this movie? And literally, because they showed a shot of Chewbacca, and Chewbacca looked like the Wolf Man.
Chewbacca looked right.
It was weird. Right, and it was like, this movie looks like a mess. The tagline for Star Wars, the original Star Wars was, it's about a boy, a girl, and a galaxy.
Yep.
It was terrible that they didn't know what it was, and they didn't know how to market it because they didn't understand it. Which kind of reminds me of the current curator of the Star Wars franchise.
Oh boy.
I don't think Disney understands it.
No.
We can agree on that.
Yeah. So, which is bizarre.
No, you're absolutely right. We had that's when you were doing your calls, that's what the first hour we were really hitting it hard, just on everything we saw. And I heard you on Midnight's Edge this morning, and you did a Star Wars celebration, right?
Well, I've been to Star Wars Celebration many times. It's just, I mean, just bought
I thought
tickets
you were on a
like
panel.
any fan.
Did I get that wrong?
Oh, I've done a couple podcasts and panels at Star Wars Celebration. Yeah, you're right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, I've done a bunch of different panels, and I don't know, not anymore. I pitched them and they rejected me recently. So, I was like, I wonder if they would accept a panel from me, and I found out that they won't. So, there you are.
Interesting.
But that's fine. Look, I have no problem with it. They're going a different direction. They're going a different way. So
how's that
that's
working
what's
out?
happening. Yeah, well, I don't know. Look, I think the problem is that, nerds worked really hard to kind of get themselves in a place where they could actually be the curators of these franchises. And I think that has been now supplanted by just regular corporate whoever who have to sell a thing. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter whether it's Bud Light or a Star Wars Disney Plus show. They're just people right out of college selling these things.
We've lost the soul.
But I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's like with anything corporate and soulless, like that's what sort of kept Star Wars kind of what it was, that George Lucas was the guy who created it. He's the guy making calls. He's the guy that I knew that there was, and I talked about it on Midnight's Edge this morning about a little red flag when the Force Friday happened before The Force Awakens came out, and you could go in and they had all the toys, like Target stores were open at midnight, right? You went, and I remember looking at all the Force Awakens toys and not buying anything and thinking, this stuff just looks cheap. There's something about this that looks cheap. Why does it look like these 12-inch figures are sitting in coffins instead of action poses? Like there was something about it that didn't work. And that was sort of the first red flag when Disney took over the franchise. So
it was different. It wasn't the same.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the same. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
and even though I have a couple of new, every anything that's new Star Wars memorabilia stuff that I have, it's been a gift. Like people have gifted it to me because they know I love Star Wars so much. Like even this T-shirt or my Mando mask, But yeah, it's very hard for me to want to buy anything new.
Yeah, I buy when I go to conventions, I buy old school stuff. I buy old comic books. I always go for the comic books. Or I'll buy like old Star Wars toys, or old toys, classic ones that I never could afford as a kid or didn't get. So
or buy other stuff. I saw you looking at that Godzilla versus was it King Kong toy? I bought the John Wick figure. That was a lot of fun. Okay, well, Chris, anything else? I know you're busy promoting all day today, which is fantastic. Anything else you want to tell about your doc?
No, just look, there are tickets still available for. It looks like the 8 p.m. is going to sell out, but the other two screenings are available 5:30 and 10:15 p.m. I'll be doing Q&As at both of those. Then I'll be heading to the bar. You're welcome to follow me, which is right around the corner. So go to thefridacinema.org. Look on their calendar for Friday, April 21st. Tickets are on sale. And I hope to see you at the event. I mean, I'm going to shake the hand of every Kickstarter backer that shows up. I'll be giving away a collectible poster that we're just doing one run of an alternate poster from the original poster. That's
Ooh.
going to be given to everyone who shows up to see the movie is going to get a walk out with a poster, and then we'll be hanging at the bar after. It's going to be, and the Frida Cinema you've been, it's super fun. They've got a bar actually in the theaters, so people will be hanging out there. We're going to do a step and repeat in the front, where you can get tickets. You can get tickets. You can get your picture taken in front of the step and repeat. I hope you'll promote it. But just and then
It's a lot of fun. It's a small theater with a great character and good screens.
Well, that's why we're doing 3 screenings, because I
Mhm.
think the max capacity is like 200 seats.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
but look, that's what I wanted to say. It's like I didn't want to do some snooty Hollywood premiere where it's like only, certain people can go. It's like, nope. We do have a bunch of tickets set aside for, guests and people who worked on the movie. But then it's like, all right, half the tickets we're just going to sell. So I can't wait for you all to see it.
That's going to bring the right crowd of people too. That's, that makes it so that the people that are there, they want to be there.
Exactly. So I can't wait. And then April 24th, the 21st anniversary of G4, get it on video on demand. So,
brother, man, thanks for stopping in, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Paulie. Will I see you? We're going to see, I might as well just announce it.
Yeah.
We're going to go see Renfield at an Investor Connect screening on Wednesday at 7 p.m. at the AMC Burbank 16. I'll be there on Wednesday. It's not our normal day.
No, it's not. No, but maybe I got to check.
Okay, if you're available Wednesday, AMC Burbank 16, 7 p.m. Renfield screening. Looks like it'll be sold out. I'll get to see it a day early, and then there you go. And hey, Fletcher Williams, thank you so much. Thanks for having me on the show. I literally for like months I get invited on a lot of shows. I say no all the time. I'm saying yes to everybody. You're gonna get so sick of me being on other people's shows. I'm going to be a YouTube whore. So,
that's good, man. You got to go on Xwing's channel with Junk 3PO.
I would love to talk some Star Wars with you, Chris.
Hell yeah. Let's wait, Drunk 3PO?
Oh god, that guy.
I saw him on FNT. Oh my god. I love Drunk 3PO. He cracks me up.
He's probably he's my best friend on YouTube. The guy's he's got a heart of gold. And Fridays we were doing the Star Wars we love. And so we did all 6 movies, sat down and did all 6 movies. And gosh, those streams were like 2 hours long, just talking about each film.
Count me in.
It was a lot of fun.
Count me in. No, that's what I love about Jay. He's I don't see how people could dislike him. He's so nice. And also when you hear about his personal life, which he weaves in, you'll hear about what he's doing in his off time. And man, I really admire him and his spirit. And he's just an all around good person.
Beyond reproach.
Yeah. And when I see people come at him, I'm like, look, there are plenty of reasons to come at me. I can be a jackass, but Drunk is just the nicest dude you would ever meet. Yep. So I don't get it. But Paulie, thank you so much. And thank you to everyone watching and listening. And I'll be back.
Yes, you will. We'll be live again Wednesday right after Film Threat.
All right.
So I'm sticking to a new schedule, bro.
Perfect. Paulie, tell me if you're going to go to Renfield or not on Wednesday. Love to just hang out.
I'll text you later on.
Cool.
All right, everybody.
All right, later.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
That was great.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that was great.
Documentary looks incredible.
Yeah. X-Wing, I have one more topic to discuss, but I want to let you go before I do. Let people know all about you. I'm going to put you on the big screen.
Sure. Yeah. So channel is Xwing, talking all about Star Wars from every angle. We have kind of we have an interesting group of people over there, some differing opinions, which is nice. Yeah, just type in Xwing on YouTube, pop over. I'm doing probably two live streams a week, love to have you in the chat. Love talking to you guys as always. Thank you guys in the chat for the stream. You guys are MVPs. And yeah, we'll have some guests over there. Maybe we can get Chris over. You'll see Drunk back over there. The guys at Echo Base. We have a good time.
Xwing is going to leave, but we will throw his link in the chat again. Dude, thanks a lot. That was great.
Yeah,
that was
I had
great.
a lot of fun, man. Thank you for having me.
All right, brother. You be well. God bless. Have a great rest of your day.
All right, we'll see you.
Orale. Wow. There you have it, man. What a great show. I only have one more news item to share with you guys, and it's very near and dear to my heart. But before I do, there is his link in the chat. I also want to thank and say hello to all the new people that came by, that is hanging out with us. We are going to be here every Monday midday, right after Midnight's Edge, every Wednesday early afternoon, right, and this is Pacific time, right after Film Threat. So we're going to stick to that schedule, and also to support all our friends as well. So, okay. Now, we're going to leave you guys with like I said, a topic near and dear to my heart. And I would not be a good friend, a good boyfriend, a good boyfriend, if I did not bring up Romy Diaz is reprising her role in the TV show 911 tonight, guys. So I'm going to play a little bit of the video. This is from one of her scenes in it. But also too, there's the link to follow her on Instagram. Please follow her. She's always doing some great stuff. From our dog rescue fundraisers that we have, to posting up photos of the work that she's done, and I'm just extremely proud of her. And we got that tonight. In fact, is the night that her guest starring role, and it's recurring. She comes back a lot. But listen, I've talked enough. This was featured in her thumbnail was featured in Entertainment Weekly today. And we just flipped out, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. We flipped out over the thumbnail and all that stuff. So let's go to kind of midway where Ryan Guzman's character walks into the speakeasy, and he sits with Romy, and they have a little moment. This is pretty cool. And it's great to be able to promote this on our channel. So let's here we go. Let's play a little bit. 911.
The one and only 118 makes its presence known.
Chief Williams. Captain Meta.
Have a seat.
Make it sound like our house has never been here before, Chief.
Not used to having three of you, and we've got an honest-to-goodness legend tonight.
You know, I still can't believe you survived that, Buckley. Although we're all glad that you did.
Thank you.
Let's see if he survives tonight.
You're looking good, man. You're doing a good job.
So 3 minutes, huh?
What's that?
That's how long you were dead?
3 minutes and 17 seconds.
Did you see anything? Bright light?
Well, I saw that while I was still on the ladder.
That's to you, Jason.
I'll go in for 3.
Why not? I'm in this far.
Sure. I'll raise you 2. Sure. Why not?
Call.
Right. 2 pair. 9s and 4s.
All
2
right.
pair, queens high.
Straight.
Ah.
7.
Ooh. She don't like that. All right, there you go, guys. Romy Diaz is going to be on 911 tonight. Check your local listings. I'm extremely proud of her. I know the day ins, day outs of a working actor. It's not pretty. It's a lot of hard work. And you got to have a lot of guts to stay in this business, to have your head on right, to be grounded, and that is you know, who she is. So just wanted to share the love, and you know, that is quite an accomplishment. Now what we need to do is we need to get her on maybe one of those sci-fi shows. That would be fantastic. She would be killer in a great role. She has so much, you know, strength and gravitas on camera. Well, again, I want to thank all the people who hung out. Who you know, I want to thank Xwing, Chris Gore. What a fantastic show! 114 likes. Wow, wow. Everyone that did a super chat, thank you guys so much. I want to remind you also too, we're starting that radio channel that's going on. So subscribe there. From the bottom of my heart, this is cool. I think we're gonna be here every Monday midday, and let's say hello and just thank everyone while we bring up the credits. Does that sound good to you? All right, let's bring up the closing credits. And you can always get a hold of me, Twitter, email, Discord, all that good stuff, guys. All that good stuff. Where's our closing credits? Now I don't see the closing credits. Did I redo them? Give me a second. Because we have over 100 members, and I don't like not sharing the closing credits, because we just do a roll call, and all you guys, everyone's name gets to be there, gets to be shared. So as that's rendering really fast, Schmack and Joe, good seeing you. New people here, I want to thank all the new people who have subscribed. Common Nerd, I saw an old buddy here. The Matt Cave, good to see you, man. It's been a minute. Darth Weaven, thank you so much. Nova Van, muchísimas gracias. The Gatekeepers, Dalmio. Stump Brat 77, you here? What's up, girl? It's good to see you. Got some great people here. Thank you so much. Yeah, always love a good roll call. And we'll see you later, everyone. You know, that's heading on out. Let's see if this has been rendered. And we can desktop. Perfect. Here we go. Later. Good stream, Star Wars Dog. Thank you, man. Thank you. We're gonna be back Wednesday with Struggle Reviews TV. Finally. And you know, we'll be chopping it up about different subjects. Schmack and Joe, always a pleasure. What I live. Pleasure's all mine, man. And there's the roll call, guys. You see your name. Thank you so much for being a for one, pronounce my name right. Oh, I did. Okay, I'm glad I did. Glad I made it over before it was over. Very good time. Thank you, Common Nerd. Órale. Oh, you know what, guys? Check out my new video that I put up. Pretty fun video on recasting the role in Blue Beetle. A lot of people that don't like George Lopez. So I posed, who would you have cast? And a lot of people want Cheech Marin or Danny Trejo. That's a fun video. So check out that one. And the levels of our memberships: Soldados, Capitanes, Generales. Jake D, Johnny Gonzalez, Eric O'Sullivan, Luis Absurde, Troy Pacelli, RC from the NYC, K Popcorn, the Generals, the highest level, 6, Mexican Iron Man, George the Giant Slayer, Deleted Scenes, the Catman, aka Dee Dee Myers, that 70s rock fan, Brian. Right on. All right, everyone, wherever you're at, keep your slant fuerte. Paz. We'll see you next time.